We are hot. And I'm not talking about my outfit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my breath because I can see it.
I'm talking about your breath because I can smell it.
Yep.
All right. Whiskey Willy here.
Yeah.
It's another installment. It's Japanese week, so we're going to be doing some Japanese stuff.
Konnichiwa.
On full disclaimer to start out with, I'm definitely going to butcher all these words that...
We've been butchering shit all week, bro.
Yeah, so I'm just letting you know. Sorry, my bad. I don't speak Japanese.
I called it the Japan. So we're good.
Yeah. We're not too well versed in the hashtag by the Japan.
I mean, apparently Oregon's fighting with the Japan. So
right.
I think you're okay.
I got to go to Oregon next week, too. I hope I don't get in trouble down there, too.
War right now. Careful.
Be careful what you say.
I'll start out with a little lesson on Japanese whiskey in general. The Japanese whiskey is modeled after Scotch tradition, where they do the double distilling, malted and or peated, and with barley. It tends to be drier, smokier, and peatier, and they usually do a single malt or blends, and so it's not as sweet as American or Canadian for sure. Will be a lot sweeter than
that shit is Canadian.
Canadian whiskey's thick as fuck too.
So Japanese whiskey is going to be more along the lines of a Scotch.
So it tastes like an armpit and maybe some dirty gym socks.
Yeah, they are our brother Michael. Shout out to Michael, the hater that only watches parts of episodes.
All right.
Michael.
But they do a high elevation, low pressure, like Highlands of Scotland. And Japan has some of the highest elevations and distilleries in the world.
That's right.
As elevation increases, pressure decreases, and therefore the boiling point also decreases. A lower boiling point helps retain flavor and aroma and produces a smooth, more drinkable whiskey. So they say.
We should have wore our lab coats for this
Yeah.
shit. I'm like learning shit.
Mm-hmm. Bill Rye, the science guy.
Will Rye, the whiskey guy.
Yeah.
We didn't get him an outfit.
Yeah.
It's all good. We'll get it right for next time.
So there are actually Japanese whiskey companies out there that do their whole distilling and aging in glass.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking trip because it gets zero wood, zero anything on it. It's got a really weird, super smooth.
Hashtag no wood.
Yeah.
We're still working on that fucking...
There's no Willy in that whiskey.
We're still working on that Blue Chew sponsorship.
Does that work for No Nut November?
No Nut November, hashtag Whiskey Willy, hashtag no wood, hashtag fucking Blue Chew.
Hashtag it still works.
Hashtag it still works. Hashtag I'm just nervous. Hashtag it's cold in here.
Jeez, come on, warm your hands up a bit. Sit on them for a second.
Oh, God. Can we warm our stomachs up a bit? What are we drinking here?
All right. This particular whiskey that we're going with is Hatozaki, which is the finest of Japanese whiskeys.
Do it and you'll clean it up.
Yes. Says it right on the bottle. This is a 40% alcohol, which also is... I couldn't really get the mash bill on this one, but it says it's a minimum malt
You just couldn't read
40%.
You just couldn't read it.
Right. Maybe. They weren't trying to give away any of the...
No, they don't. They're not very upfront about their...
I thought it was the ancient Chinese secret, not the ancient Japanese secret.
Yeah, I expected rice to be in the forefront, but no, it's not. It's barley.
The mash
Malt.
bill's written on a scroll
malt. Excuse
somewhere.
me. Malt. It's a malt whiskey.
They're like, oh, you wearing actual pants? No, you don't read mash bill.
So.
Oh, man. This about to cook me, you guys?
This is going to
It's
cook
just
you.
40%. It's not overproof or nothing.
I'm pretty sure I've had this before.
It smells kind of sweet.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
You definitely taste the similarity to Scotch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scotchy.
That's the peat.
Hashtag that's scotchy.
That's that feet.
Yeah. So they make this at it's
Hatozaki.
the Kaikyo Distillery in Akashi City.
Nice. Takashi City.
Yep, by the
Willy with the whiskey.
Yonizawa. They've been distillers since 1917.
Dang.
Damn.
Yeah, it started out as and still is the Akashi Sake Brewery, and then that started in 1917, and then exactly 100 years later, one of the great grandsons or whatever great grandson who was a master distiller, Kimiyo Yonizawa, to honor
Shout
his
out to
family. You were talking about
The honor and
Japanese
respect, man.
honor
To
and
honor
respect in
his family.
Japan. So
That's right.
100 years later, to honor the family and celebrate the centennial of the distillery the brewery, he opened up the distillery, the Kaikyo Distillery, and started making gins,
Fucking fine-ass
whiskeys,
liquor.
and gins.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we need to get more fucked up. I'm gonna spend my family for 100 years. We're gonna celebrate. Get some booze up in here.
Yep.
Hey, sake will still do the trick, man. That shit'll sneak up on your ass.
You ain't
Yeah.
telling nobody nothing, bro. I fucked around and got some sake one night, and it ended horribly. Horribly. I almost went to jail that night. I can be fucking around with sake,
Oh,
bro.
man.
They drink alcohol warm.
Yeah,
hot,
warm
cold.
sake. That's what it
Yeah,
was. I was at a steakhouse in
That's
fucking
why I
Houston.
get you.
And I was like, "Oh no, it's good. You can get whatever you want. It's cool. It's all on us." And like being modest and shit. And, oh no, here, go ahead and drink. Like, oh, warm sake. Hey, much good as that.
Next thing you know, "Sake
Did you
bomb."
just call me fucking Godzilla? I heard you, you motherfucker.
Right? Yeah.
I've got to go back and try sake chilled. I've only ever had it
warm
once.
sake is a fucking adventure, bro.
Chill?
I only had it warm one time, and it takes forever for it to be able to drink because it comes out hot. It's not warm; it's hot.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta
that's like-
wait
yeah.
for it to cool down to be able to drink it.
You get it
So
side by
dialogue,
side
man.
with
You
the
talk
hot
about
tea.
it before you
Yeah.
drink
Warm
about
sake and hot tea. Boy, I'm telling you, you get
You get the cold stuff, you gotta do sake bomb.
field
Yeah.
piece. Field piece. Field
What's that?
piece.
Just
I don't know what else it is, but it's
Drop
it's
it in
just
there?
a drop shot, and you put your hand over, slam it, and then
all right.
sake bomb. You gotta say sake bomb.
You know.
Warm sake.
So this stuff's aged 12 years. They do a 2-stage blending process. It's never colored. That's why it's a lot lighter than most of the whiskeys you see. They don't use coloring or anything like that, like a lot of places do.
Hashtag no coloreds in Japan.
Yeah, they don't chill filter it, any of that. And it's aged in. Here's another word I'm going to mess up. Mizanara. Misazora. So I don't know. It's Japanese
Mizanara.
oak barrels that they age it in.
It's a fine white oak.
Is it? Is it a fine? Is that what it is?
You're only saying it's fine because it's white. You racist.
No, because it says that every time you read it on the thing.
That's what it says on the label. It's a fine white oak.
It might say it on the label. I don't know.
Before they started doing sake, they would produce sochu.
Oh, I've heard of sochu.
I had never heard of it until just
I've heard of it. I've never had it.
yeah. It's in between a whiskey and a sake. It's like 25% alcohol, and it's
Rice
made from
grain
wheat
or
and
some
rice. Yeah, they describe it as a cross between vodka and whiskey.
It's supposed to pack a punch like fucking Everclear.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into getting some of that. Well, 25%, it's not gonna do nothing like
No,
that to you.
good sochu is supposed to be like some
Soju's the shit.
boom,
Yeah,
done. Yeah.
It's like the stuff that they make in their local villages is
Yeah.
sochu.
yeah.
So you go to that. There's that guy in the village that makes it, and that's the.
You
guy
got to know a guy to know a guy.
Yeah.
It's like the powwow.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Field piece. Field piece.
I got some buddies that were stationed over there. Got some crazy stories to talk about with the soju, man. That shit's nuts.
Tell him to bring us over there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, fly me to Japan, bro.
One of the
Hey,
things
hey
that
Will, we need a weekend pass, and
yeah, one of the reasons that makes some of the Japanese whiskeys are a little pricey is actually due to that word I can't pronounce, oak, Japanese oak, because it's rare and it's hard to get to, and the tree has to be at least 200 years old before they can cut it down and make trees out. So it's
only
like
so many trees to cut down to make the barrels to make the whiskey.
yeah. So they're planning it out in the future. Like, all right, so I'm invested in this little baby sprout. I got to wait till it grows up so I can cut it down and make a whiskey barrel in it to make my whiskey that I'm actually making my money out of.
That's a long
And
time.
and they actually auction it off. Like you have to go and like bid on these trees when they become ready to cut down.
That's fucked. And then when you plant something and be like, okay, I'm gonna die twice before I get to see that fucking turn into something profitable.
Yeah.
This whole
That sucks.
tradition thing, man. That was the first tree that grandpappy's great-grandpappy's
Yeah.
And
great-grandpappy
you gotta hope
made.
your grandkid
Yeah.
doesn't get hooked on opium.
Yeah, fuck. To hell with my great grandkids. I need to get
Sell
this
the
money
tree
now.
off for drugs.
Right, for a weekend in Belize.
Right.
Son of a family, you
A
sold the
weekend in
sacred
Belize and a
twig.
couple of hundred followers on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of space. Japan, is just islands, and it's a lot of people.
Very densely packed islands at that. So,
So they don't have a whole lot of room to grow a bunch of trees. but-
People live in apartments the size of this couch.
That's not a lie, dude. That's crazy.
Coffin apartments. That's
real shit.
crazy.
Yeah.
We take a lot for granted. Like this place, you know how many people would be packed into this studio?
800,000.
800,000.
800,000.
We could get rich.
All right.
But speaking of trees, tell us about the hippie hut where you can get your
Hey,
tree needs.
all right. I can talk to you about some trees. My friends at the Hippie House over on 3109 6th Ave in Tacoma, they can definitely tell you about probably not some trees. They can tell you about some apparatuses to help you get rid of some trees. They can tell you about some fine hand-blown fucking glass art because they're the premier glass emporium in all the Northwest. That is the Hippie House. So you can find them on all your social media platforms at the Hippie House.
And if you need some comic books or want to go play some Magic, go down to Comics the Gathering.
If you want to be a nerd in general, go down there. It's the best place to do it.
Yeah.
Super nerd style.
Super nerd.
Get your nerd on.
Yeah.
You
And
definitely get your nerd on.
if you wanted a sign to tell everybody else how much of a nerd you are, you could go to Harris Sign Co. and get a big old nerd sign.
He's got a sale going on self-deprecating signs.
Yeah.
Nerd over here.
Nerd alert.
You wrap your whole
He might have a sale. I don't know. In order to find that out, you'd probably have to fucking call him on the phone, 253-820-3002, or send him an email at harrissignco@gmail.com and ask him what's his specials on self-deprecating signs by the
right.
dozen.
Promo code nerd alert.
Get the two of them to work
Hashtag
together, and you
nerd
can
alert.
wrap your car like a Pikachu.
Don't forget it. On the
can't
back of
do
your
that
car, it
for
has to
sure.
say,
And
drop
you
bears, no.
No, if you
Drop bears, no.
It's Japanese. Why are you talking about drop bears? They don't drop bears in Japan. If you wrap your car in fucking anime, people will definitely know you're a fucking nerd. That's the best sign you can possibly do.
No,
So-
you can do a panda. Those are from Japan.
Well, whatever your
You're
ideas
super nerdy,
are,
right?
send them to harrissignco@gmail.com and tell them the AXE podcast sent you for a discount of nothing.
I'll just say good job.
God,
yeah,
I'm
let's
getting
go.
delirious. I'm fucking cold, and this whiskey, whatever this fucking shit is, we just drank is good, and the beers were good earlier this week, and the powwow was good earlier this week.
Hatsuzaki.
I'm ready to go. I gotta pee, bro.
All right, let's wrap it up.
It's time for the PP
It's
podcast.
time for the PP podcast. Hashtag.
Oh,
We
you
gotta
fucking
pee.
dirtbag.
Out of
Next
here.
time.
Peace.